Hello my friends, and thank you so very much for making time to come and watch our videos. I always appreciate every time when you come through, like, share or comment on these videos. If we are assisting you in building up your life beyond a lockdown, building up your life beyond where we are in life. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 things that you need to consider in dealing with the after effects of the lockdown. Yesterday, the President of the Republic of South Africa announced that we are extending a lockdown for the coming extra 2 weeks. So today, it is the beginning of the 21 days, beyond another 21 days. And so I thought it is important that we should not just take the effects of the lockdown for granted, because there are people who are running their businesses and today they are not able to run their businesses. So sooner or later they will struggle to honor their liabilities, they will struggle to honor their commitments. And so we do have people that are employed where companies are now starting to think on what are the other innovative ways in which we can build, change, and also make a sustainable business model. Of course, as shareholders who are there for a profit, if this thing is not making sense for them, they will surely try to find ways out. And so I want to share with you today things that you must do by looking at your own problems. Where we are today, we are not the same. Our realities and exposures are totally different. We're exposed differently. For example, as a speaker, you are exposed in a manner that you are hoping that you are going to pursue those gigs in order for you to be paid. Of course, some of us, we've already lost some gigs that were meaningful into our careers, that were going to be a door opener. So all of us, we are suffering these consequences. And on the other side, we can't be blaming the government for a lockdown, because the government has the responsibility of protecting its citizens. So our responsibility and role is also to find ways in which we can thrive and survive beyond a lockdown. It was the WHO which indicated that the lockdown has a psychological effect on people. So that is why if you go and check again in our police stations, we are now hearing a lot of reports around people who, their domestic violence, people who are arrested for domestic violence. And so this thing has an effect. We should not even think that it doesn't. We should not even think that we are immune. We may be a people of faith, people of prayer, but realities are that we are all affected by these realities. So what I want you to do for me is that from where you are, where you're sitting, the first thing that you have to do in dealing with your problems, I'm going to share a model. It's a well-known model. It's not something that I've generated myself, but it's something that I believe that after reading and also implementing in my life, it is something that will also assist you, because life has to be lived within challenges. Life has to be lived within challenges indeed. And that is why I believe, I'm persuaded that for every crisis, there is always a solution. And for every problem, there is always a solution. Crisis presents an opportunity, and so I want you to also find that opportunity where you are. The first thing that you have to do is to identify what are the issues that are impacted in your life because of a lockdown. What are the issues affected in your life because of the lockdown? What are the issues affected in your life because of a lockdown? It is possible that as an employer, you are now affected by, you don't have enough income for you to be able to service your liabilities. So what is important for you is to make sure that you identify what the problem is. Because if you don't know what you're trying to solve, it will be very difficult for you to provide a right and a relevant solution for your problem. Very important. And number 2, you must also identify the stakeholders that are affected by your problem that you've identified in point number 1. What you said in point number 1, who are the stakeholders that are affected by those people? You may find that as an employee, employees are affected by that. Your suppliers are affected by that. Is that clear? You may also find that your debtors are also affected by the fact that you are no longer able to service them. So you have to document them. You have to know who are those people that you owe them money in order for you to to be able to identify a relevant solution. And number 3, identify possible solutions. I believe that for every problem there is a solution. Don't despair. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to go on a depression mode. Identify possible solutions for your problem. Identify possible, because I believe that where we are, there is always solutions that are available. For those that are in our country, South Africa, there is also the government initiatives. The government is also providing a lot of solutions there. A lot of relief programs have been introduced you can start from a SASA, from small business department, from DTI, from SIDA, and all those agencies that support small businesses. There are always possible solutions. The banks now are even trying to preempt by starting to reduce either your installment or trying to give you an opportunity to talk to them directly if you are struggling to make certain payments. So don't sit there and wait for things to be worse. Don't sit there until you lose your car. Don't sit there until you lose your house. There is still life beyond this lockdown. Is that okay? Number 4, you must evaluate possible solutions. Out of the 5 or whatever solutions that you have tried to identify, please make sure that you streamline them. You also rate them. You give them a weight so that you know which one is your top 1, top 2, top 3, so that you know where to start if you are going to implement a solution. It's important. Okay. So let's say, for example, the idea is that you are going to your solution is that you are going to seek for a loan. Number 1, it could mean you are going to look for a loan from yourself, from your it's self-funded. You go and look at your reserves and do a loan. Number 2, it may mean that you're going to commercial banks. Of course, in the commercial banks, there will be, you may find that the arrangements are going to be very stringent. Or then you can also explore, these government grants and also the government loans that, the government is giving as a relief to our businesses. Go and explore that. But you may find that out of these 3 options, it means that the government is the best option for you. So what you need to do, number 5, you must select the best option relevant for your problem. Very important. Select the solution that is best suited for your problem. What you are going through, the challenges that you have, it is not my challenges. What your neighbor is going through is not what you're going through. So find a best solution. Okay? The first place is not for you to go and pick up a rope and hang yourself. No, you have to find a possible solution, because this too shall pass. We are going to overcome. It was our president yesterday when he was doing the closing remark. He said, this too shall pass. We are going to overcome as a nation. So number 6, document the agreement or document the solution. Of course, if you are talking to, these big businesses like your banks and all that, they will surely give you the agreement. They will give you they will document whatever you've agreed on. But for small businesses, those that have got few employees and all that, maybe you have to start recording the solutions that you're agreeing with your employees. Start to put it on a record. Write it down. Do it in a letter. Put it on the record so that tomorrow nobody will take you into the small courts and business courts and the CCMAs trying to deal with you. Make sure that you put that solution, you document it. Let your employees know. Let your debtors know. Let everyone that is affected by this thing as your stakeholder know what is the solution to this problem. The last thing that you need to do, which is number 7, there must be a contingency. I've tried to lump these things in one point. There must be a contingency. Contingency deals with a what-if question. The reason why you've got an insurance, it is because you want to answer a question of what if this happens? What if I experience an accident? What if I find myself in a place where I lose, I'm no longer able to pay or service my debtors? What if I'm not able to do 1, 2, 3? So you must have a contingency. You must build up a contingency in your solution so that if this does not work, you've got a backup solution. It's important for us to do that. So if you want to survive a lockdown, you want to survive, a lockdown even beyond where we are today, beyond where the crisis is today. It is important that psychologically you have to be strong. You have to be ready for these realities. So while you have got the contingency, make sure that you monitor these solutions that you are implementing and also evaluate. It's important for you to do that. It is very, very important for you to make sure that you monitor that, you also evaluate. If it is not working, you go back to step number one. What is step number one? We identify what our problem or our issues are. Very important. It's important for us to identify what our issues are. Number two, we also identify who our stakeholders, who are the stakeholders affected by this problem that you've identified in point number one. And also we'll look at the possible solutions. What are the possible solutions that we can employ in order for us to deal with this problem? Number four, rate your possible solution. Try to rate them in terms of medium, from low, medium to high, or from important to less important. Then from there, number five, you also look at a possible, you pick up that possible solution for you, the one that is relevant for your problem. Your challenges are not my challenges, so pick up the problem, the solution that is relevant for you. Number six, very important. If there is a need, please make sure that you document your solution. Document whatever the solution that you are going to provide. Make sure that it's well documented. And the last thing, build up contingency and make sure that you are monitoring and also evaluating if this thing is working for you. Thank you very much for watching our videos. My name is Joe Joseph Mudau. If you're looking for my contacts, they are available in there. Just make sure that you check in more information. That information is available for you. However, if you feel that you're learning something or you've learned something from this video, please make sure that you write these comments on the bottom. Say something about what you've learned. That one thing that you've learned, make sure that you write it on the bottom as we keep on growing, keeping on strengthening ourselves. Stay safe, be strong, and meet you at the top where you belong. Thank you for watching our videos.